Jordan.
Oh, jeez. Hi, mamas. Come here. No. Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Stay.
Do we have a story for you?
Charlie. What? You want to come here? Do you want to sit in my lap? Come on.
Oh God. Dude,
She's walking over everything. Okay, lay down. Well, I'm gonna try to get through this episode without crying. Probably, I can already feel the tears forming in my eyes, so it's not gonna be successful. We just went to the Mint 400 and had quite the experience. For those of you following along, on our social media, you know that we had a really awesome day on Thursday, and then our booth almost got blown over on Friday. And then we weren't sure if we were going to set up on Saturday just because of the weather and the wind and the rain, and our booth is very delicate. Definitely not cut out for an off-road race, so we'll have to make some modifications before the next one. More of an indoor booth.
Yeah, we're a boutique. We really belong inside. We're like an indoor cat,
but also belong outside. We just need to make some modifications. We did decide to set up a smaller booth on Saturday, and we freaking crushed it. It was a really, really good day. And then at the end of the day,
it's okay.
The end of the day, we packed up all of our stuff and had it in a pile. And we were messing around with some friends, and someone asked if they could do a wheelie on our dirt bikes, and so we were hopping on the dirt bikes, and I went to hop on mine, and I took my fanny pack off and put it on top of our stuff. It wasn't it wasn't like the point of the Empire State Building, but it was like in the mix of things.
It was like in the pile.
It was in the pile, but it was definitely like sitting on top of some stuff, and we were standing, there was a group of like 20 of us standing right there, and someone stole my fanny pack that had my phone, car keys, driver's license, credit card, and a lot of MCREY cash that we had made from the weekend. And it just obviously was really shitty. And we ended up, they took the car keys, so we couldn't get into the car or lock anything onto our trailer. And we, a locksmith couldn't come out until the next morning, so we were worried about how, where we were going to put all of our stuff and how we were going to secure it and lock it all down, and obviously worried about them stealing our car. Kind of figured that the cash and the phone were gonna be goners. Really hoped that the car keys would turn up. It just, I don't even know where to begin. Obviously I feel really dumb. I just shouldn't have taken my fanny pack off. I should have just kept it on me, knowing that there's so many valuable things in it. But I guess that's a testament to these events and this community, is that we do feel so at home and you feel like you're with your family. So I just didn't even...
To preface, this was the very end of the day, so it really was predominantly just only vendors cleaning up. All the vendors were cleaning up at this point, and then there was a few families watching their racers podium and whatnot, but there wasn't really any more attendees.
I mean, there were some, but it wasn't, it wasn't midday. It was
exactly, yeah. It was at the point where everyone was kind of cleaning up, so it wasn't as expected for attendees to be around. It was, and the attendees, most of them were the families of the racers at that point.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously, I just, as the CEO, it just feels like looking back, it's a really stupid decision of me to even consider taking my fanny pack off. But again, if someone would have bet me $1 million that it would have gotten stolen off our stuff, I would have bet against it. It's definitely a lesson learned for me, for us, but I, you know, despite like how crappy it was, I'm also just like really, I mean, I think we're both just really overwhelmed by the amount of love and support from people who stepped in to help us in literally every way possible, especially the heat wave team. Like, not only did they like become our security guards and go watch our car to make sure that no one was gonna steal it, and people went in every direction like trying to look for the fanny pack and asking people if they've seen anything. You know, we talked to security, they announced it over the loudspeaker, but Heatwave, you know, offered to put all of our stuff in their trailer and lock it overnight, and they parked all of their trucks and trailer around our car so that like no one could physically get into the driver's side door or drive it away unless they literally like Mario Karted their way out of it, which even then I still don't think they would have been able to get the car trailer out. And the next morning they stayed with us through the locksmith being there, which was a whole other just like
plot twist. They were not able to make a key.
Twist. Yeah, we apparently have like the one car in the history of the universe that you can't make a car key to. So locksmith came for 4 hours to only tell us that they can't make a key to her car. And I just, yeah, the heat wave team like came in so clutch with just staying with us, making sure that we were okay, making sure that nothing else happened to us, making sure that we were taken care of, and then and also just like I don't know,
I mean, the way those guys took action was like unbelievable. It's just like, it was as soon as we realized it was gone, it was like all of them,
all hands on deck.
Yeah, like watching the car, looking for the fanny pack, communicating with security in both the hotel and at the venue, and like they just became our crisis mitigation team in a matter of like 5 seconds. And
you love your little crisis mitigation.
And it was just like
so overwhelming. Yeah, like overwhelming, but in a good way. Like, yeah,
and it was down to they brought us coffee the next morning and food water
yeah.
And gave us their portable chargers. We could keep the phone charged.
Kelly's phone.
That is like it makes me speechless. Like, it's pretty incredible how they showed up for us, and if anyone ever wanted to know what they're like a Heatwave team's true character is impeccable. Again, yeah, unmatched.
Buy all their sunglasses.
Yeah, they deserve it. They really do. I mean, every single one of them are just really genuine human beings, and we would have been completely screwed.
They literally offered to drive like 5 hours in the opposite direction to take our trailer home.
Yeah. They're offering to pay for like anything and everything. They're like, what do you need? Do you have money? Do you need food? Do you need like how much? I mean, in any way that they could help, they were trying to make it happen. So if you guys happen to watch this, like, what you did for us,
could never explain.
Yeah,
how much it means to us. And on it, like, there were so many people there that stepped up and offered to help and looked around and were asking people to, you know, if they've seen anything, and how many people like offered to start us a GoFundMe, which we I appreciate, but we don't want, because in the grand scheme of things, like, we're okay. Everyone is okay. You know, Kelly brought this up because I've just like been beating myself up over this for the past few days. But like, no one was hurt. No one died. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, we're gonna be okay, and we are okay, but like, we're gonna be okay. Like, we replaced my phone, replaced my car keys. Given it's a very costly mistake, but
As soon as we realized it was gone, I hopped on my dirt bike and went straight to the parking lot to see if I could see anyone bolting, and I was fully prepared to go to prim jail by running over someone. Like, if I saw someone running with that fanny pack, I would have legit run you over if you watch this. You probably won't. But, like, just know if I ever see you wearing that fanny pack in Vegas,
I'm pretty sure I'm
gonna kung fu your ass.
There's quite a few people who would run you over with their truck, so...
Yeah, like, I don't feel, like, anger too often, but, oh my god. It wasn't even, like, anger. I was genuinely just, like, defending the family's honor.
Yeah, if you watch this, if you show up to the Mint next year in an American flag beanie, know that there's at least, like, 45 people.
An American flag beanie?
Oh.
Some guy's like, wait, what?
American flag fanny pack.
If I ever see someone with that fanny pack in
Just
Vegas,
know there's gonna be like 50 people ready to literally run you over.
Redefine feral. Like, I'm gonna be 80-year-old street cat that's had years of primetime training. I'm just gonna
8 lives gone, 1 life left.
Nothing left. Like, oh my god, dude. I was so prepared to go to prim jail.
So yeah, we're definitely trying to focus on, the positives that came out of this, and just the amount of love and support that we felt from the community was unmatched, and just focusing on that and taking that forward with us, and obviously, again, using this as a learning lesson for future events. You will never see me without my fanny pack at an event going forward. But Dad had to drive 4.5 hours to literally drop us off the keys and then turn around and drive home, which he was not very happy, which I understand. It was just a really long day for us on Sunday, and so yeah, that's our updates. That's my update, I guess. It's just me.
No, you know me, I'm just absorbing. Yeah. And I don't really necessarily have much to add, but I might get a little emotional. I'm not like, I don't cry like a lot. I cried a lot yesterday, but that's just because, I was in my room from 9 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. busting out a midterm yesterday, but, that's just, I agreed to being in school, so anyway, but...
Yeah, you didn't agree to being stuck in the prim parking lot for fucking 12 hours, so...
It's okay. Like, it really just pushed me beyond, like, past boundaries I didn't even know I had, but...
That's our dedication. We're sitting in the parking lot behind Buffalo Bills. Kelly's working on her midterm. I was helping them clean up some of the Mint 400 stuff, because... What else was I gonna do while I was sitting there?
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying? Yeah. I was gonna say is like, I don't know how to say what I want to say. It's just
start saying it.
I guess I'm just like really grateful for you and that we get to do this together. And I know you say it all the time, but it really does like hit different when you go through like a crisis like that, and it's like the amount that Paige and I had our back during that. Like, there's so many people who would handle that situation differently, and it's funny because like looking back at that moment, we get pissed at each other for like literally the dumbest shit things. Like, we were literally arguing over my school assignment. Like, it's so dumb, and it's we like literally were sitting across from Denny's, like
we were not Denny's, we were at, I don't know, one of the restaurants.
Whatever.
Like, we were eating breakfast. We were eating breakfast at like 9 p.m. at night, and we're both sitting across the booth,
being petty as shit. And those things like do like obviously like we can talk about like everything that was going on in that moment later, but like the things that we get upset at each other for, like truly like sister things, like typical sibling things, like we rarely like deeply hurt each other at this point because we've just done so much work. But when something like that happens, like a genuine emergency, I'm really proud, like, to be your partner through this. And
same.
Like, we really just had each other's back. There was no anger, there was no blaming, because it's not about that in the moment. It's about having each other's backs and doing everything you can to support one another. And like in that moment, it made me realize like we're gonna make it through anything together. Like in the worst of the worst, like we might argue over the color of sand and like some other really dumb stuff, but when an actual emergency comes, and like either when it was for you,
like that was like a legitimate argument.
No, we literally had talked
like sand.
We talked about that.
No, I know, but
we did talk for an entire weekend over the color sand, but like it's so dumb.
So like our car keys got stolen, and it was like,
and I would have literally ran that person over for you, no problem. I would have slept in a jail for you. And it did make me think of that this weekend, that like there was no arguing in that moment or the next day or anger. Like I just wanted you to feel supported and feel okay and know that like this is a small mistake in the grand scheme of things. And we talked about like, of course, like I've made similar mistakes. We both made tons of mistakes, and we at the end of the day like always make sure that like, you know, we feel supported in learning whatever that lesson was, and that knowing that even when you make those, like you're never going to be alone ever. Even like we're always going to have each other, and that's really special. And I'll take the dumb arguments if it means that we're going to be there for each other when push comes to shove.
That was great. I didn't have to translate once.
That's good. I don't really share, like, I don't know, for as emotional as I am, like stuff like this like doesn't always like come out.
I cry all the time, so.
And I just have a hard time sometimes, but
oh, you did great.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I love you, man.
I love you too.
You're your freaking team.
This is the only time I'll hold your hand on film.
Yeah. My
We also came up with a new dance routine this weekend.
Oh my god. 5, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll share the video. I'll link to the video. It's like if you were at the Paige probably showed you the video at some point.
I showed it to everyone. I was showing everyone at the bar. It's literally this like meme, and it's to.
Is there a soul out there? Someone to hear my prayer.
It's like my therapist. Like therapist says, all dreams have meaning. My dreams, and then it's like a guy dressed as a knight singing to give me.
Like, is there a soul out there? And all these goblins are like this, and he's like with his sword, someone to hear my prayer.
And then it switches to a wizard on a flying carpet.
give me a man after midnight. Starts zapping the goblin.
Starts throwing powers.
And then while the goblins are blowing up, the knight's like, hell yeah. And it's like,
and then the knight reaches up for the wizard's hand.
And the wizard is like, I got you.
Reaches down for his hand, and then they grab arms, and then they're booty bumping on the flying carpet.
It's like, and if you watch it the first time, it's like kind of funny, but the more you watch it, the better it
Watch
gets.
it like 4 times. Watch it like 4 times in a row, and then this part becomes funnier.
Dude, that guy has no idea
the impact he made on our weekend,
on our lives.
Well, yeah, but like that specifically was like what we needed.
There's a high chance he ends up on a graphic tee in the next year.
A wizard?
Hey, I want the knight going like this on my shirt and the wizard going like this on yours.
So, you know, moral of the story, don't take your fanny pack off. No, I think...
Watch more reels on Instagram.
Not even moral of the story, but just... all said and done, we're just really, really, really grateful for this community and the way that everyone showed up for us this weekend. Like, people were literally offering to give us their cars. Like, our friend Corey offered to take his car off his trailer and give it to us to get home. Deegan offered to take our stuff home, like, in his trailer, and, like, give us a ride home. Like, it just... everyone that showed up for us and supported us and, you know, made sure that we were okay. That is why we love this community so much. And that's what we're going to continue focusing on as we move forward. And I had you know, a really good conversation with someone about this where it was like, there really is no place for that in the off-road community, and stuff like that doesn't happen too often. You know, I'm sure there's theft at every big event, but like for the most part, you know, we go off-roading, we go camping, we leave all of our shit out. Like, we leave everything out and never have any issues. And that's how I want to keep remembering the industry. You know, it's like, I don't want this one bad person who's honestly probably not even part of the industry. They probably heard about the event because other people had stuff stolen as well. So it's probably some low life piece of shit from Vegas who...
Probably a group of people that heard about the event knows that they let pretty much anyone in at the end just because vendors are moving in and out.
And it's a lot of big money there, like, between all the, like, trophy trucks and stuff. But this is not a representation of the community. And if anything, how everyone showed up to support us is 100% a representation of the community and why we, like, call these people family. Because the vendors, it is like your own separate family, like your vendor family. So yeah, I hope this never happens to anyone. But I hope that we can pay it forward or return the favor, in other ways, you know, to people going forward. And as we always say, like, one day when someone, you know, if someone's new to the industry trying to, you know, chase their dreams and do whatever, that we'll be able to relate and help them out because we've been through similar situations.
Yeah. And just buy a lot of heatwave sunglasses.
And MCREY shirts. And on that note, gimme, oh man.